Hello there, what you're watching is ESL Go4 Week 4, and this is Noggano versus VonAsten. VonAsten using his Wehrmacht MG42 to go straight for that middle garrison of Feymanville approach. The reason I'm casting this game in particular is because the cast team of Dan and Magpies has chosen to cast a different game, so I'm really interested in this game. Two of my favourite players in the scene right now. Noggano dodging around the MG42, managing to avert its gaze for the time being, but then the Grenadiers stopped them dodging and the MG42 managed to push them away. Elsewhere you've got conscripts finding out that the Pioneers have been laying this piece of barbed wire in that high traffic corridor. It's going to mean that, yeah, the conscripts are going to get in the garrison, but the fuel is being denied by VonAsten currently, and Noggano is losing out there. So yeah, why am I casting this game? As I say, I love the players, I love the map. It's a best of one in the round 3, so it's a high stakes battle. Anything can go wrong for these two great players and send them crashing out of the tournament. Neither of them has managed to make it too far into an ESL tournament quite yet, so it is a high stakes situation. Combat engineers coming on for Noggano. That's his second squad, so possibly going for a Minesweeper Flamer combination. Using this green cover, heavy cover tractor to attack the garrison here. I mean, he has got, if you notice, if you highlight the squad, you can see where the individual squad mates are. He's going to be pushing him away very shortly, though, if he stays behind that heavy cover. Elsewhere, Noggano has managed to get his fuel back now. No, it just seems to be an everlasting battle. There you go, 2 models just dropped for the conscripts. The Pioneers just dropped a model. Seemingly, the truck just shedded some of its elements there. There we go, we've got Tier 2 coming up in base. Maybe... no, he's going to go north of that conscript squad and going to cap possibly this munitions or this victory point. But yeah, exactly. It took a long time, but the garrison has now been routed, seemingly. That conscript's going to have to get out of there. In fact, the Grenadiers have gone straight for the building. They don't get the garrison, though. Noggano did a tag team-like swap there, and they've now had to juke straight behind the heavy cover truck. Elsewhere, we've got Grenadiers now pushing, possibly going for the cut-off. Wouldn't be a bad manoeuvre. We've had this combat engineer capping munitions points for Noggano. So very clever play here. You'll notice that these players don't get angsty. They stay in engagements when the terms suit them. But right now, with the combat engineers getting the flamethrower, it does not suit VonAsten anymore. He's going to have to get the hell out of there. Elsewhere, you've got VonAsten capping... well, he wasn't for a second. He was actually got stuck behind the cover. But now he's decapped the cutoff, which decaps this fuel, this munitions, etc. So he's going to have to get back in there. Maxim coming out for Noggano, so that is the very familiar 3 conscripts, and then into Maxim, what you've seen a lot in the gameplay at the moment. Also, we're going for a decap from Noggano, but there are Grenadiers waiting for him. They are doubling up as well, so 7 models versus 4. Will he get the decap before he gets pushed away? No, he's going to go straight for the flame damage. There you go, the Maxim is now opening up. Very oblique angle there. This Grenadier, it needs to stay in this heavy cover. No, it got the wrong side of the cover and got suppressed instantly. Combat engineers will push them away. It looks like the Flamer combat engineer has managed to decap that fuel point, and the conscripts will surely claim the garrison. Victory point is swinging in Noggano's favour. VonAsten doesn't quite have the map control he'd want, but there's a lot of ebb and flow, a lot of changing of hands right now. Right, okay, so cut-off's gone in Noggano's favour. He's got his fuel point back. Well, he's going to try and contest it against these Grenadiers very shortly. He's also trying to keep VonAsten from getting his fuel by taking the garrison. Does drop a model on that capping Grenadier, but they're going to manage to get it back. And again, it's that very familiar situation. That truck must have quite a few bullet holes in it right now. Here we go, though. The Maxim's coming into play. Obviously, the Grenadiers will have been able to stay there for quite a while. Flamethrower upgrading for VonAsten. He's now going to focus on this garrison, but he diverts out of there, and the Maxim, of course, finds it in its field of view, finds it in that cone of fire, and suppresses it instantly. Perhaps it would have been a better option for VonAsten to flank the Maxim instead with the Pioneer with the Flamethrower, but he doesn't. He does, however, have his own MG42 now pinning the Maxim. Great choice there. Rifle nade goes in, pushes away the combat engineer. Maxim getting into position for Noggano. Elsewhere, you got Grenadier trying to take the cut off. They won't get there before the conscripts do, though. Ooh, an unfinished mine. Oh, he's laying a mine behind that cover point. That'll be fantastic if that works. I mean, will he get seen before he gets laid? It's going to be a difficult one. Look at that bar. Look at that bar on the top of your screen. Oh, it's close. It's close. If VonAsten was watching, he would have realised. We'll soon see. There isn't a minesweeper, of course. Oh, God. Possible squad wipe here. Will he get away? Watching the mine. Oh, I don't know if he's seen it or not. He must have done, surely. Two-man Grenadier caps the victory points. Looks like the Maxim's now going to push to take the fuel point. Elsewhere in the centre, conscripts have managed to rout the Wehrmacht forces for now, and Noggano is in a commanding position. Oh, one-man Grenadier. He's got a lot of health though for a one-man squad. So interesting mines being placed here. It will have to possibly get a second Pioneer squad. Bunker with healing coming up for VonAsten, so he's going to lose a lot of map control right now.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
Second Maxim. So that's two Maxims out. Getting tier 3 up, the Tankovi Battalion Command. Probably for a T-70. Not a quick T-70, but it'll be a good T-70 regardless, because we don't have any anti-tank out for VonAsten. In fact, he hasn't even got tier 2 out. That could be absolutely brutal. Surely, you know, a mortar isn't the best choice 7 minutes into the game. We'll soon see, though. I mean, have to be a quick tech to tier 2. Every bit of manpower he spends now is going to have to be to stop this T-70 absolutely devastating his army. Grenadier is getting into position behind heavy cover to push away the conscripts. Maxim still watching over the fuel point. Good play from Noggano in that regard. The MG42 to cap his own fuel point against possible conscript aggression. Big mine off on that Grenadier, kills 3 models. And that's what I'm talking about. He needs all that manpower to get his anti-tank out, because if we go over to Noggano's tier 3... Hang on. Just do a little switch, there you go. He's now got the T-70 available. He could be pumping out that T-70 as we speak, as soon as he realises this. Maybe he's going to have a let-off for him. No, he's got the T-70 building. I was thinking maybe he's going for some crazy tier 4 build, but no, he's going straight for T-70, and it will be brutal right now. Does VonAsten even have? Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. He doesn't even have tier 2 tech, you'll notice. There you go, Battle Phase 2 has not even been teched. What is he doing?
Enemy forces are securing
I mean,
our territory.
are there any... You know, I've seen if he's got... No, he hasn't even got... He's got mobile defense. He could be going Puma. Yes, he must be going Puma. That must be what he's doing. And in regards to it, I mean, mobile defense will come out, and then he'll need 5 CPs. He has those 5 CPs. The Puma itself will cost 80 fuel and a significant portion of manpower. So yeah, he's going to be stuck with mobile defense, which means his late game will be largely diminished. And Noggano has a few late game doctrines himself. Of course, shock rifle frontline tactics could mean the IS-2. So here comes T-70. How quickly will he choose mobile defense now? Yeah, he chose it instantly. And, you know, he gave himself no choice in his doctrinal pick, because he did not prepare for in any anti-tank whatsoever. T-70 on the field gets its first kill immediately. Maxim facing north, very strange. Does offer itself to a flank if the Grenadiers and the Pioneers with a flamethrower react, and they look like they will do. Elsewhere, you've got an MG42 putting heavy fire down on this conscript squad. In the north, you've got this Maxim watching over the victory point, so that's Noggano showing his tournament savvy victory point orientated play. Big flank in from VonAsten did work. Puma is now on the field, or Puma if you want me to pronounce it in the German way.
Enemy is taking our territory.
T-70 doing great work, doing what T-70s do best, which is push away MGs and garrisons. Oh, this Grenadier needs to retreat. He's got a horrible retreat path. T-70 will surely pick him off. Will he get behind the cover in time? Very lucky for VonAsten. Just about managed to get behind the shot blockers, but T-70 takes another shot. Here comes the Puma. Has he got anti-tank grenades teched? Let's have a check. He's teching them now, so we'll keep the Puma at bay. Alright, Right then, so where do the players go from here? VonAsten has managed to keep himself in the game. He's got his Puma out. But in terms of victory points, he's actually suffering a little bit at the moment. He's 283 and dropping. Noggano's lost 1 victory point, so he's not going to ace him here. Not going to ace him, seemingly. Puma pushing in. You can actually pick models off occasionally, but it's got such tight splash damage that it really has to be bang on the noggin to get the kill. 17 newly ready to battle. Look at the veterancy on the combat engineer. So you've got veterancy 2, so we'll have uber quick healing. Noggano's still not chosen a commander. Grenadier getting targeted. First shot misses wildly. Yeah, we've got a lot of munitions for Noggano. It'd be nice to see him utilise that a little bit. I mean, I know we have been seeing mines. We could go for something like shock rifle frontline and get some incendiary artillery on the go. That's what I always tend to do when I'm got so many munitions left over. That or demos. T70 has had a nice field day. It's got 7 kills, which is good. It's been more than adequate, but you'll notice, oh dear god, Noggano currently has both fuel points. The conscripts have ventured south though and are putting up sandbag fighting position. T70 destroying the barbed wire. It's always nice to put a little telemine behind that barbed wire, I find. I've seen a lot of that in Company of Heroes play. Here comes the Puma pushing north. There are mines around this area, he does have to be careful. Also anti-tank grenades. Pioneers with veterancy 2. Big mine goes off there, kills 3 Grenadier models, same as the mine before, so that's 6. 60 munitions, 10 munitions per model kill because 6 models have died, so not very good return there. Very good return indeed. Here we've got Grenadier behind the heavy cover tractor, waiting for whatever comes its way, keeping that fuel point. Veterancy 2 on both engineer squads. I cannot stress just how beneficial that is for Noggano. That means he's going to be able to super quick repair his T70 should it get damaged. A lot of manpower for Noggano. He's got options right now. VonAsten has spent his manpower influx on a second MG42. Not a bad decision. I mean, there's a lot of marauding infantry right now. Oh, a lot of damage as well on the Grenadiers from that first lick of flame. Oh, and here you go. He's doing what I thought he might do, the incendiary artillery. He's got a lot of influx, and what a shot there. Nearly wipes the Grenadier on retreat. He will get out of the scatter, but it's food for thought for VonAsten. Going to keep him back, and also that means we'll get a KV-8 soon. I mean, imagine a KV-8 coming down here and pushing this MG42 out of the garrison. That would be damaging. Mortar for VonAsten, not really done much yet. 1 kill, probably, I'd argue a little bit of a miscalculation there in my personal opinion. I would have much rather have seen tier 2 in a pack. No, he's put himself in this early to mid-game doctrine in mobile defense, and he's got a mortar instead. Interesting. Puma is moving around the field, and the Zis gun is going to answer the question posed by it. Misses though. Good mobility from the Puma. Vet 3 now for the combat engineers. Dear God. And they're going to smash this MG42 squad, burn it to a crisp, force it out of the building.
Attempting to steal our sector.
VonAsten still not tech to battle phase 2. At least he has battle phase 1 tech now. Or he may have had that earlier actually. But regardless, he's not built any tech structures other than infantry company. Flame for flame, but of course the very interesting situation. Oh, big shot in from the Zis, nearly destroys the Puma. It has to release its Panzer smoke pots. They're not called pots. I think the British call them pots. Oh no, there is one vehicle that has pots. It's the I believe it's an American one, isn't it? They all call different things. It's got the Panzer IV command tank out, just newly on the field. That's going to go straight up against this Maxim and hopefully help him cap that victory point. Elsewhere in the centre, you've got a nice symbiosis of units there, keeping them all together. Puma will soon be repaired. It's not actually done much so far, but it's nearly got veterancy 1 because it has found another mine killed 3 grenadiers. That's 3 per 1 mine, so he's spent... Oh god, here comes the KV-8. You'll notice it's focused itself onto its very small cannon. 45mm, isn't it? Regardless, it's going to take a long time to put damage down on this Panzer IV, but you'll notice because... Oh no, it wasn't enough to get the engine damage. I thought because there was health damage it would have actually damaged the engine there. I heard some action in the south here. Combat engineers with Vet 3 getting pushed away. Here comes the Puma. A little bit wary of mines, and he has every right to be. Yeah, no damaged engine on the Panzer IV. May have been a mistime from the anti-tank grenade. Looks like we've got incendiary artillery again. Possibly coming in. No, just the T-70 picking off against the MG42. Puma and Panzer IV command tank coming to deal with the T-70, but there is the Zisgun waiting for them, and of course it does have excellent lines of sight thanks to the garrison hoarding conscripts. Talking of conscripts, we've got a decap on the fuel point. What a flurry of activity we're seeing. Maxim's currently holding the southern victory points, and Noggano's doing excellent work on the victory points in this particular game. He does have himself veterancy on his... oh no, it's just the 1 Pio squad though, that's the difference there. Just the 1 Pio squad. Second Puma now out, newly on the battlefield, so he's got his little cohort of call-in vehicles. He's going to have to... Just saw squad die there thanks to something or other. I believe it was flame damage. I mean, look at the dead models here. But you'll notice in the top, we just saw a drop. Oh, I know what that was. That was an MG42. I think something died. I saw it flicker in the top right of my screen. Panzer IV command tank bullies the Maxim off the victory point. He needs to keep doing that. He needs to, most importantly, try and cap this central victory point. There is the T-70 waiting for him, as is the combat engineer. Going to put some decent damage down on the grenadier. Faust goes in, but to what avail? The T-70 is going to keep firing because there is no pack support. The Pumas are currently out of commission. Don't want to lunge in because Noggano arguably has the better build with the Zisgun waiting for him. VonAsten is coming up against him time and time again here. It's not quite working out in the way he would possibly like. So KV-8's on the field. It will have delayed the IS-2 a little tiny bit because you'll probably get the CPs. No, actually, 135 fuel. He probably might have 230 by the time he gets to 13 command points. Probably good timing, in fact, by Noggano. It's all dependent on how much fuel control you have and how many things you build from tier 3. And he's just managed to only have to build the T-70. What have we got here? The Puma is marauding, trying to hunt down that T-70, but the Zisgun gets in position. The conscripts oorah, and they're looking for that anti-tank nade and push the Puma away. Second Puma's waiting. You'll notice we do have 2 Zisguns on the field.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
KV-8 going north. Also seen a big rifle nade in would be nice. Might want to save some of those munitions though. T-70 in position. Zis got a great line of fire. Does miss though. Another MG42 goes down. Luckily for him, he just has built a second one, but as soon as he builds a second one, he's lost that. So a lot of manpower drained over the course of the battle there. 260 times 2. 520, I'm so good at maths. Panzer IV pushes in. Puma also pushes in against T-70, the Vet 2 T-70. Great use of the road bonus there to avoid the Zis fire. Will he get the kill though? He's currently getting caught up on his own medium tank. That was not a pleasurable experience. He has to use Panzer Tactician to get out of there. He's currently getting triple capped. VonAsten is up against it here. Look, Noggano is on 13 command points, so he doesn't quite have enough to bring the IS-2 straight on the field, but as soon as he does, you've got to feel it's going to be gain. Demo placed here on a very advantageous position, so anything tries to attack that northern victory point, it's going to die. Panzer IV command tank pushes away the Maxim finally. Will he be able to send a squad down there? Looks like not. He'll probably send this Grenadier. This Pyre will, of course, be repairing the Puma. The mortar's only got 4 kills in the game. Big anti-tank grenade goes in. Zis gets a big shot in. Panzer IV, however, gets behind the shot blocking garrison. Oh, big demo coming down. Oh, this is going to be huge. 1 demo. 2 demos. Dear God. VonAsten has been obliterated by Noggano here. And he's picked up the LMG and cheekily stays in the battle, but he's got to recognise he's out of this, surely. I mean, that was unreal. Great, absolutely great little demo usage by Noggano. And the KV-8's now marauding. I cannot see how VonAsten could get back into this. I mean, I want to call GG for him so I can go back to watching some of the other games, but I'll be professional about this. I'll continue to cast it. I am an official ESL caster after all. AE. Super caster. Here comes the Puma. Looking for that rear armor. Juicy rear armor. Hits it, but actually doesn't actually do much damage whatsoever. I think, no, in fact, it's bouncing off the rear armor. We do see a Faust going despite the Grenadiers burning to death, so absolutely great there. Will it go to its 45mm main gun? Still got the Maxim in the building there, watching over that northern point. Another demo down.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Great work done. Here comes the big heavy hitter, the IS-2, the Joseph Stalin tank. Big bulk of horrible bulk iron. It's just an absolutely unreal vehicle. 122mm cannon. It's just so devastating.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Look at the amount of damage it's doing immediately. 4 kills straight on the battlefield. I am, of course, Googling IS-2 just to work out what main armament it did have. I don't want to be wrong about anything ever. 122mm, yeah, absolutely ridiculous for that time period. Was just sheer ordnance. I mean, what it could throw down the field was just massive, devastating charges, and they didn't even have to penetrate German tanks most of the time. Just the bulk shock of that bigger projectile hitting, like the frontal armor of a tank, could often kill the crew inside. Puma's trying to do its best to flank the IS-2, but you can really see that this is VonAsten dying. And the Panzer IV command tank also goes in. He's a competitor though, and this is Company Heroes 2 in its pomp. I mean, you always expect the players to play to the bitter end because comebacks are possible, but you have to play smart to make them happen. And in this situation, I think he's just getting devastated. Look at the slow traverse though. It is a hand crank operated turret, very slow. Oh, and everything goes down for VonAsten. Surely GG is called, and it is indeed. Great game there, and thank you for watching. This will be uploaded after Dan and Magpie finish their cast tonight, and I'll probably upload the highlight of the demo, to be honest. So thank you, and goodbye.